Good day, YouTube. This is Jay Money with Falling Forward Financial. Just an update here on Visa. I've done a couple videos about them in the past. One of my favorite growth stocks. I don't feel you can go wrong with this one. Again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice, but this one does have some volatility from time to time. But as you can see, if you were to draw a line right here, and it does progress up. So I mean, over the last year it's went up 22%. I've held this one for a while. I just have a partial share here in Robinhood. Bought it last summer after they started doing their partial shares, and just wanted a little piece of Visa. I have some shares of Visa in my IRA, but I don't have much of it here in Robinhood. But as you can see, like I said, I do have a partial share here. I'll show you what I bought in it and when I bought it here in a moment. But Visa had a nice end of the month, April, 236, and then it's just been kind of coming down. So I was buying this at the 199 range. Anytime you can get this for around $200, I feel it's a steal, and that's just my impression on it. So it hasn't been down in that area for a while, so it's been in the 220s, close here, but anytime, like I said, it gets down around that $200 range, I feel is good. So, but anyway, so again, Visa ticker is V, and as you can see, I have a partial share here, and I made a whole $5.62 on it, so it looks like I put $30 in it. If you don't know what Visa is, feel free to pause and go over that there for yourself. Been around since 1958, $474 billion market cap, and great ratings on this one, 83%. And usually pretty great earnings, but look at these last two earnings. Those are just kick-ass earnings. They've beat earnings every quarter here, so but that's excellent. Here's kind of a little snapshot of my dividends. As you can see, I have a partial share, so it gives me so the amount, if you had a whole share, should be 32 cents. So if you divide this by this, or maybe I said that backwards, you know what I'm saying. So that gives me a nickel. Woohoo! But I've also got the appreciation on this one as well. So let's see when I did buy this one. So it looks like I've bought into it at 3 different times, 189, 191, 189. So I was trying to get somewhere around that 190 range, and so almost a year ago. And then you can see the growth that it's had since then, plus the dividend, and you can see the earnings on this one. This is just a cash cow. They just collect money. It's pretty much like a bank, except they probably collect more money than a bank. But anyway, moving on, I got a bunch of information to go over here. Both Visa and MasterCard trade at high valuations, but they're still expected to continue to post brisk earnings growth. Visa, MasterCard are mature, stable companies and a hugely profitable business payment processing. And like I said, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of these. So Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Square, I have them all, so they're all good stocks to own, and some of them, if not all of them, are even getting into crypto. I've heard word of that as well. So following are comparisons of size, revenue growth, and performance measures for Visa and MasterCard, and just kind of skim through some of this information, so feel free to pause the video and go over that there for yourself, or else you can go straight to the source on MarketWatch, as there's quite a bit more information that I have to go over here just for the sake of the time on the video. But if you have Visa, MasterCard, go ahead and leave that in the comments, or if you have Square or PayPal. What booming debit card spending means for the payments industry. The pandemic has fueled a big growth in online debit card spending, a trend that shows no signs of abating. So it's not unusual for debit card spending growth to outpace credit card growth during the economic downturns as people get more conservative with their money, but the pandemic has added new twists to that dynamic. So, as you know, we've all been in this crisis, if you will, for the last over a year now. I'd say, 14 months now, so it's past getting old. I would say it's a year getting old, but if not 13 months. I was tired over it after the first month, but so again, I'm going to scroll through this information. Some good info in here, but not going to read it all to you. But and again, you can find this on MarketWatch. So I don't really use debit cards. You just use credit cards. So here's another look at Visa. Great ratings, a strong buy. The reason I use credit cards is because you get points, and have like a Cabela's card. You can go get free stuff. I've gotten free pairs of keys, free ammo, you name it. Build your credit. I don't like debit cards, so Visa launches Apple Pay support in Japan. This is just dated here today. Visa has announced that starting today, customers in Japan will be able to use their Visa debit or credit card with Apple Pay. And you're going to be seeing more and more of this. So that's why I feel Visa is good to have. Apple's good to have. I have Apple stock. No Apple products, but I do have Apple stock. So, but again, I don't give tax, legal, or trading advice. Just stating my opinion. So, Japan has set an ambitious goal of achieving 40% of all daily transactions via digital cashless methods by 2025, which isn't too far away. With expanded support for Visa cards, more customers will have access to the ease of convenience of Apple Pay, which should help the country move towards its goal within the next 4 years. And so I'm still surprised they're still printing cash. Just kind of blows my mind. I don't really use cash. So Visa now supports Apple Pay in Japan. This is just kind of another version added, a little bit bigger. A little bit easier to read, so just kind of goes over about Apple Pay again, and just going to kind of scroll through this one. Remitly lands investment from Visa amid reports of IPO preparation. And this is 3 hours ago. Seattle mobile remittance startup Remitly landed an undisclosed equity investment from Visa. Companies previously partnered in 2019 and have extended that partnership. Visa cited the deal in its earnings call last month. The investment comes as Remitly is reportedly preparing to go public. Funding to date in the 10-year-old company prior to the Visa investment was nearly $400 million, including $85 million in Series F round raised in July. And so, kind of some interesting information. Why Visa and MasterCard investors shouldn't sweat Fed's new debit routing rule change. And this is kind of some of the same information on a previous. A little bit bigger print on this one, easier to read again. So, the proposed debit routing rules would require debit card issuers to enable their cards to allow merchants to choose from at least 2 unaffiliated networks to route transactions that occur online or without a physical card present. The new rule would supplement the existing 2011 Durbin Amendment regulations on debit card transactions. The new rule proposal also comes after the Department of Justice launched a probe into Visa's online debit transaction routing in March. And this just kind of goes over some information about Bank of America. Visa and MasterCard are the only two pure signature debit networks. Said roughly 50% of U.S. debit cards have not been enabled with PIN debit networks as of 2019. Therefore, if a card is enabled with Visa for a signature debit and Star for a PIN debit, merchants effectively have no choice but to route transactions through Visa for card not present transactions. So we'll see what kind of impact this has. Bank of America estimates online debit transactions generated $2 billion in revenue for Visa in 2019. And that's just going to keep increasing. That's just amazing. About 9% of the company's total sales. Fortunately for Visa and MasterCard, investors said the negative impact of the proposed rules changes will likely be manageable. And again, this just kind of goes over some more information. Here's kind of some ratings. Overweight, buy. I've always considered Visa as a buy. I mean, it is kind of expensive. You can very rarely touch it for $200 or less. So, but I always feel it's a good buy. But Laughs and Travel. Please don't sell your GME shares if AMC blows up first. Which just blows my mind. They're still trading those. Visa CEO payments giant is moving into crypto in a very big way. So just as I said earlier, so CEO says payment giant is moving into crypto. Said that they see Bitcoin as the digital gold and will work towards integrating crypto into their system in many ways. So very interesting. So bright future. It's a buy and a hold. I buy whenever you can and hold it forever. That's how I look at this one. So the 52-week low of 173, a high of 237. So here's again Social Capital. I haven't heard of that one. That might be worth taking a peek at. PayPal is another growth one. Square, MasterCard, and Visa. If you aren't in the FinTech 5, you need to be. Might have to take a look at this one. And over here to tip ranks. So, and great ratings on this one. Just as I said, a strong buy at 267.63, high of 297, low of 234, and we're not even at the low. So everything was red today, but it seems like it pulled out of it. And so if you bought any dips right in here, that was the perfect time, and then it just kind of took off from there, like a lot of the other ones that I've been watching. But Visa is a good stable one, so 83% buy. But again, don't take my word for it. Do your own DD and smash that like button for me. Hit the bell so you're notified of when the next videos drop. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I'm on my way to 1,000. And like I said, if you have Visa, MasterCard, PayPal, Square, list that in the comments as well. That'd be interesting to know. Thank you for watching. Happy trading, happy investing. Stay green. Cheers.